Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan M. Hughes, and this is my Zappos company profile for Full Sail University. Jumping right in, a little introduction about Zappos. Zappos is an online shoe, clothing, and fashion accessory retailer that delivers their product to customers via logistics companies such as UPS. They're led by CEO Tony Tsai, who is known for creating fun and inspiring workplaces, and they're located in Las Vegas, Nevada. And to the right is a little picture of Tony Tsai. That's him holding a couple Zappos boxes. So, services, missions, and success of Zappos. Zappos has a strong drive for delivering a wow through great customer service. Now, customer service is really the driving force behind everything in Zappos, and you'll see more examples of that as this presentation continues. One example of their great customer service includes next day shipping, and they also have a free 365-day return policy. Now, as far as them becoming successful, it took about 6 years for Zappos to become successful and turn a profit, which is pretty quick by any standards of a company this large. Who and why? In 1999, Nick Swinmurn, founder of Zappos, was having a trouble finding a certain pair of shoes he wanted in regular brick and mortar shoe stores, so he decided he was going to be the one to bridge the gap between what customers wanted and what an online retailer could accomplish. So basically, he found his niche. He was out looking for a pair of shoes. He couldn't really find anything he wanted, and at that time, online e commerce and online retailing was really new. So he filled the space in the market where there was nothing before doing what Zappos was doing, at least in a good way that people wanted. So the marketing of Zappos goes right back into customer service. Zappos' primary focus is on customer service. They believe investing more into customer service because they believe it will lead to more word of mouth sales and therefore having them to invest very little into marketing. And this is a pretty crazy concept that good customer service should be the base of your marketing. But if you think about it, this is how all business should really work. You shouldn't have to bribe people into coming into your business because good businesses people come to because they got good experiences there, they were treated right, and they had great customer service. That's really what the foundation of all good businesses should be. You shouldn't have to spend millions of dollars trying to convince people to come into your business. And down here, I put a little picture of mind being blown because something so simple these days just seems completely out there. So, kudos for Zappos for that. So, the current market of the global online footwear is going to be listed here below. Zappos' target market is online shoppers. And to the right, I kind of broke down what the online shoppers. I actually took this photo from Veto Analytics, and it kind of breaks down what online shoppers look like today. And you can see it's a pretty even split between millennials, Gen X, and boomers. But, still not a lot of people over 75 plus buying stuff online, which isn't really that big a surprise. So Zappos' biggest competition comes from companies like Nike's and Adidas with their direct to consumer websites. This is not only their competition, but it's also a risk to these companies because if these companies decide to really push their own online marketplace and really make their online presence huge for their own thing, they could actually potentially pull accounts away from Zappos, taking away some of Zappos products that they sell. So going on, like I said before, a little bit more about the global online footwear market. It's growing significantly well with expected gains of $70 million between 2019 and 2023. Now, also keep in mind, this is just the online footwear market. This isn't the whole footwear industry as a whole, but this leads to a pretty big chunk of the whole footwear market as a whole. So, some of the finances of Zappos are listed below here. Zappos was started with $150,000. And how Nick Zwimmer gathered $150,000 from friends, family, and from even his chiropractor. He really hit the ground hustling, trying to get every, one of his friends and family to really get on his back. He really reached out, he really dug hard. He did meet with a lot of potential VCs, and was turned down by a lot of them. A lot of them didn't really believe in his idea, until he met Tony Tsai. And Tony Tsai was the first person who really thought this was a great idea. And Tony Tsai actually comes from a background similar to Nick Swimmer, where he started a company from nothing and built it up. And that's actually how Tony Tsai originally got all of his money. So once Swimmer met Tsai invested $500,000, and that was the beginning of what Zappos is today. So the conclusion to my presentation here, what I learned and what I'll take away from this is, stick with something if you truly believe in it. Just like Nick Swimmer did, he got turned around by a lot of VCs. A lot of people didn't believe in him, but he really believed in himself, and he really believed in his product and what he was doing. So he stuck with it, and he reached out to more and more investors even after getting turning down. And, even when he met Tony Tsai and things got the ball rolling a little bit more, they were struggling. They were barely making their loans payments. They were really, it took them 6 years to turn a profit, but that didn't really discourage them at all. They kept going. And that leads me to my next point: never give up. You have to keep pushing through. You always have to keep going no matter what anyone does, especially if you're passionate about it, because if you're passionate about it, you're bound to make it work. And passion is a driving force behind almost every great business. And then going on is just my references page here. So if you guys wanted to check out any of my sources and look into any of these links a little further, there's a lot of really great information on here. They're all posted up. So that's going to be the end of my report. Thank you guys all for watching. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out at any time. Okay, well, that's going to do it for me. Thank you again for watching. Bye now.